Hi, this is Chase from blanketprints.com. This video is for our retailers on Etsy who use Illustrator and want to sell custom blankets in their Etsy store. So let's just dive right into it. In this example, we'll be creating a 30-inch by 40-inch blanket. The first step is you need to download the Illustrator template from the Illustrator template tab on the product. This is likely the website you're seeing, and you'll see there are some tabs. Click on the Illustrator Templates tab and download the correct size. Once you download these one time, you don't need to download them again. You can just store them on your computer, but they're here if you need them. And with that, we'll go into Illustrator. Oh, in addition, there is a packing insert. With a packing insert, you can add a 4-inch by 6-inch piece of cardstock in as many colors as you'd like with your branding on it so that your customers get your branding with their blankets. It adds a little bit to the package, and we know how important 5 stars are on Etsy, so we do that free of charge. So we have those templates as well, and I'll show you how to upload those in addition. So you just go to Illustrator, and this is what you'll see on the template. There are some instructions. I recommend you read those. We have some layers on here, and we have this blue border. The instructions, once you've read them and understand them, you can just make those invisible on the Layers tab. I don't want to get rid of my pattern though. So you can just make those invisible. With the blue safe zone, I'll just explain what this is now. This is the safe area on the blanket. You do want to use the entire artboard, so you do want to put your pattern or image outside of the blue safe zone, but you want the most important parts of your image to be within the blue safe zone. If there's anything that absolutely cannot be cut off, then it needs to be inside the blue safe zone. That will ensure that it's on there. Um, the reason is the process for first of all, the blankets are sewn, and so the shape is not always a perfect rectangle. So the image is not going to necessarily be placed on the blanket, pressed into the blanket in a perfect rectangle, if that makes sense. We take the image is first printed on a piece of paper, really special paper, and then it's pressed into the blanket. So we put the paper on top of the blanket, and then it is pressed. The image is pressed into the blanket permanently. So it's about landing the image on the blanket. So it's not a perfect science. So to be safe, you want to put your important parts inside of the blue safe zone. Once you understand that, you can make that invisible, and then you go to your main layer, and that is where you'll do your decorating. I have a pattern here that I've created. Um, so obviously there's one issue. If you want your blanket to be vertical, that's no problem with this template. If you want it to be horizontal, I recommend you just rotate your pattern or image to be horizontal. It's very easy. You just hold it down the shift key and kind of drag it. Um, and then I'll resize this. This is just for teaching purposes. We'll center it. Okay, so we have a blanket here with a pattern on it. And we're going to save it. File. Again, depending upon your image, you may want to look at the blue safe zone again to be sure that the important parts of your image are within the blue safe zone. But ultimately, you're going to want to make that invisible when saving. So when we save, we're going to save it as a PDF. We'll call this feather pattern. For your Adobe PDF preset, you're going to save it as a high quality print. For compatibility, you're going to change it to Adobe Acrobat 4 and then just save. That's going to be a pretty large file, I imagine. Um, and we'll get to that in a second. Next, we have our packing insert. This is a 4-inch by 6-inch packing insert, it'll be blank when you see it. Um, so whatever you create for your packing insert, you can create on the artboard and just save this. This one does not need to be saved as a PDF. The blanket images do need to be saved as a PDF, but this one does not. This is a JPEG, is your best option, or a PNG if you prefer. It just has to be an image file. So we'll save this. In order to save it, you just go to, I'm sure you know this, but you go to File, Export as, JPEG. You're going to use artboards, export. You want it to be good quality, the higher quality the better. And there you go. We've saved our packing insert and we have saved, and once you have saved your packing insert, you can just keep it saved and upload it every time. It's pretty easy. You don't have to recreate your packing insert every time, obviously. So we'll go back to the website and we're gonna, here are our upload options. This is upload your blanket image. So you're gonna find your pattern, feather pattern. It's gonna say add this file. You just add it. There you go. It's been added. And then upload your packing insert, 4x6 packing insert. Add it. It'll show it right there. For the blanket size, make sure you click the right blanket size. If it's a 50x60, click that. If it's a 30x40, click that. And then you're just going to add to cart. And once you add to cart, that's where you will use the wholesale code that we have given to you over email, most likely. Um, and that's kind of how we keep track of who's selling what from our wholesale partner. So that wholesale code is important. In addition, you're going to want to, for the address, for the shipping address, you're going to want to put your customer's address that it's being shipped to. That way we ship the blanket to the right place. Um, and again, we will ship it with the blanket and your packing insert in there, and your customers should love it. These blankets are really popular. There's all kind of things you can do with them, and we wish you the best of luck with your blanket creation. Please feel free to email us if you have any questions. We do have a contact form on our website, and we monitor that 24/7. Thank you so much.